given all the experience in extensive cooking for over 2 decades, if someone was to come to you and ask you, Sahil, what are some of the key takeaways which I can incorporate from your experience in making my cooking healthier, whether it is ingredients, whether it is the preparation method, cooking method, even the utensils which can be used, different types of utensils. So what do you think are some of the things, people can take away from your experience?
Yeah. So what I would tell people is if they ask me for stuff is like, I think if you focus on protein as your main macro, so if you do that, you sort of know that you have a target of 20, 25 grams of protein per meal. That kind of sorts you out, you know. Um, you basically get that protein in, that's your satiating component of your meal. The fats and carbs will balance itself out, you know.
Right.
Kitchen scale is a must. Buy a kitchen scale. It's like under 500 rupees now. Keep it in your kitchen. Weigh out your food when you're eating. So you don't need to necessarily calorie count and log everything in an app. But if you do that for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks of your life, you spend calculating your calorie requirement and sort of weighing out your food, you'll be able to eyeball it after that. You know that, okay, I need so many grams of chicken a day. This is what, like, see, when we eat rice, we'll just put spoon pe spoon pe spoon. Now, that could be anything from 100 calories to 300 calories, depending on how much you actually put in. And till you actually weigh it out one day, and you're like, okay, this is how much I need. Now I can visually see that this is what 100 grams of rice looks like. This is what 200 grams looks like. Now I know. So then that knowledge allows you to balance that. Also, eat as much fruit and vegetable as possible. You know, I think just eating as much whole food as possible is great. Because I'm all about moderation. I'm like, you don't have to stop eating your favorite things. You want to eat an Oreo cookie, kha lo yaar. You live once. But the focus in your diet should be on getting in as much nutritious food first as possible. Then, if you've got stomach space and if you are feeling it, you can have your one Oreo cookie. It's fine. You know, I think is something I tell people, and I tell them, don't stock your house with a lot of packaged food. Like if you go out and you buy a packet of cookies and eat it, fine. But don't like sit on Swiggy and order Oreos, chips, and then just keep it in the cupboard. Because if it's there, there's always that temptation today. And today we live in a world where the stimulus of food is there 24/7. Whether it's apps that deliver it in 5 minutes or it is content that you're consuming, even consuming keto content or what is called as healthy food content, it's still like each one of us who creates those videos, we are not trying to make the food look unappealing. We want the food to look appealing. So even if I don't watch anything other than keto videos, you're still seeing a lot of delicious looking keto food. So you're getting triggers to eat more any which way. So having any kind of packaged food in your house is best avoided, you know. So so if you have like an apple at home or an orange or a watermelon or cucumber, carrot. If you eat those things when you get these triggers, you'll at least get something nutritious in. You'll kind of fill up, you'll get your fiber requirements and all that. So I think those are the few takeaways. Protein, have a food scale, focus on whole foods as much as possible. And yeah, that should do the job.
Great. And anything specifically for vegetarians like your viewers? I'm sure there will be some vegetarians there as well. So, what do you think, vegetarians can do better to avoid
I
all
mean,
these problems?
my thing would be like chicken khao, paneer samajh ke kha jao from the old AIB joke. But I mean, look, I know. So the thing is like there are people uh, like I mean, there's only so much you can tell a vegetarian to do. Like for my first thing to most vegetarians used to be just don't do keto because you have already like vegetarians, vegans. I'm like, you have already eliminated most of the nutritious food in the world. Like, you know, your meat is gone. Fair enough. You for whatever reasons you want, whether it's your religion or your ethics or whatever moral compass that you think is there, chalo. That aside, you've decided you don't want to eat or you don't even like the taste. Um, just eat everything and eat a variety of foods. Obviously, your protein sources are limited to eggs, paneer, soya chunks. Include that in your diet. Um, There's some amount of protein in chickpeas, minor tofu, lentils. It's there for whatever it's worth. So try and eat balanced meals. Try and put the focus on protein as much as you can. So if you can't do 20, 25 grams every meal, at least try and do 15, you know. So again, it's the same thing. Just for 2 or 3 weeks, kind of make a plan for yourself, calculate, weigh out your food, and then you'll understand, "Ki, this is what my vegetarian plate looks like." Like I think soya chunks are in terms of bang for your buck. I think 100 grams of soya chunks have 50 grams of protein. So
Right.
you don't necessarily need to eat large amounts of soya, but like eating soya 2, 3 times a day in smaller quantities also, like 25 grams of 50 grams for each meal or every alternate meal, you will get some protein. So I think between eggs, high protein paneer, soya chunks, you can get your protein. Eggs also, 2 eggs, you'll get 12 grams of protein. And then because you're vegetarian, you can also look at things like high protein breads, which are, uh, there in the market. But yeah, I think that's definitely something. If you're really, oh, protein powder, of course. 2 scoops every day, I guess you're done, finished.